Hey guys, we're back with section 6 of the major design portfolio, and now we are considering the design factors that are relevant to whatever it is that you are designing. So, again, we've got the must haves, we've got the high level. I know I say band 6, but that's just to get you to aim towards a great mark. So, the opening statement, again, this hopefully would help your teacher understand that you knew what you were doing in this section. So, I don't think it hurts. Couple of sentences, maybe a paragraph on why the design factors are important. But basically, what we need to do is outline the design factors that you will consider, your understanding of each of those design factors in the design process, and how each factor impacts your design. And of course, as always, important in section 3, we need a evaluation of that section. So for the high level, uh, analyzes a range of design factors relevant to the product system or environment. And remember, if you don't get what I'm saying there, go back to the introductory video and applies them. I actually think I just highlighted that word. I don't know if Nessa has highlighted that word, but you actually need to apply your considerations of the design factors to what it is that you are doing. And I've put some information there. Please pause, have a look at what I've said. Hopefully, it'll help. Other people may not agree 100% with it, but that's fine. Oh, yeah, sorry. Design factors. So, if you've got a textbook, whether you've got the old Green Glover textbook or you've got the new design technology textbook, they really have been written by some people that I would say are far more knowledgeable than myself. So please read the chapter on design factors. That is going to help you out so much. There's 26 design factors listed here. You do not need to go into this many design factors. The ones that are most appropriate for you or for your design are going to be most important. Generally, like the appropriateness of the design solution is the design solution actually appropriate for what it is that you're trying to solve? Is it appropriate for the target market? Is anyone going to want to buy it? Like in the real world of a designer, if this is not there, then you're just wasting your time. So have a look at these. Like some of them might come in. We'll have a look at a sample in a minute. Hopefully, it helps you out a little bit. But these are potential ones that might fit what it is that you're doing. Simple scaffold, like what the factor is, what the relationship to your major design project is, and some analysis. Because I think if we look up, we're looking for that analysis in that point. So if you're trying to get into the top mark range in that area, you need to have analysis. So the factor, the relationship to the major design project, and why it is important. Why, what would happen if you didn't do it? I know in the introductory video we looked at like the words for analysis, but it's not the easiest thing to always try and put down on paper. But just really thinking about, why is this factor important? You get a bit of analysis in this section too, like in the relationship to the MDP, but trying to succinctly put it down in here, straight away the person that's looking at your folio will go, hang on, there is analysis. His ideas, or sorry, the ideas are relevant, and they've been applied, and yeah, how can you get knocked too much for that? So a little bit more there. HSC Marcus comments from a few years ago. In better responses, candidates selected the most important design factors relating directly to their product. So they didn't do 26 design factors that were irrelevant. They probably did, I would say, 8 to 10 design factors that were pretty relevant. And the discussion included the how and why these factors were important to the project and considering them in the context rather than listing them in isolation. So you didn't just explain the factor, pretty much. You explained the factor, you said how it related to your major design project, and you tried to succinctly say some analysis on that. So let's have a quick look at a sample. Factors affecting design. This is not a bad layout. Here's the factor. Here's the relationship to the design. Here's what it means for the project. So you're kind of hitting all those red words just by setting it out something like this. And excuse me. Like I said before, the appropriateness of the design is going to be really important. I would consider that to be the most important factor. This particular student's broken it down a little bit more, and probably these kind of go together. There has to be a need. If you're a real designer, um, you're not going to be designing something if there's not a need for it. And if you are, you're probably just wasting your time. Hopefully, earlier on in your design process, you have decided that there was a target market and thought about how to make your project so it was suitable for the target market, so it was on trend, so, whatever it might be. But yeah, those two are pretty important. But these are pretty good. So function was important. Skateboard again. Function was important. Ergonomics was important. Aesthetics, obviously, once I want to buy it. Safety for the skateboard was important. Had to be good quality. Had to be durable. Short and long term environmental consequences. As any designer, we need to be thinking about this sort of stuff. How are we going to make our product without damaging the environment, with having the least impact on that sort of thing? And do we want it to be obsolete? We probably don't. We need to be designing things that are long lasting. That if you're trying to build a brand for a start, you don't want it to break in 3 days. But if you're just doing the right thing by the environment, you're kind of not really building stuff to break in a couple of years. Although financially, it may be better in some cases, but that's another discussion. And of course, an evaluation at the end. So, just a couple of pages on the factors affecting design. And if you don't have a textbook, I'm more than happy to chuck a couple of links down below, because, like I said, the people that write the DT textbooks, although they might not explain it the way that I do, they definitely have a lot of knowledge, and reading the factors affecting design, or however it might be titled, chapter, is certainly going to help you. So hope that helps you guys. Make sure you check out the introductory video if you're still wondering how this all fits together. Thanks.